Party House is on Fire from the 1983 Flick of the Switch album. So we'll go through the various parts as usual. Check this one out. I want to say a quick thank you to a guy named Sean who really has helped me out doing this. So it's given me some really good material to work with and to listen to. So thanks again, man. Anyway, so we'll go through this. So the first riff is song's in G, by the way, but the first riff is a slide from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret on the D string to the 3rd fret on the B string, okay? And Angus plays this first, and then Malcolm comes in the second time. So it's all right, and then we move everything down or up, whatever you want to call it, a whole step. 3rd fret on the D string to the 1st fret on the B string, and then back to this note here. So, and then we've got this right here, 3rd fret D and G, and then to the 5th fret D and G. So the whole thing sounds like. Okay. Then Malcolm's parts, he's going to come in right after that and just play this G chord. Now this G chord is formed with, to make sure that you fret the 3rd fret on both the E and the B strings, the high E and the B string, okay, and make your G like that. And then we're going to come down here to the C power chord, and we're going to do like this. So we're going to go. Make sure you're kind of letting this ring out. This D and G on the 5th fret kind of ring out if you listen to the record. You might even be playing it like this. Or I know Malcolm formed a lot of his chords like this, which is, for this chord is the C chord, 3rd fret on the A string, 5th fret on the D string, 5th fret on the G string. So okay, so that's kind of the opening riff, and that's played throughout the song. We'll move into the pre-chorus and the chorus. Okay, so heading into the chorus. So we've got our main riff. Okay, then we're going to come up here to D, transition to G, to D, to G, back to D again. And then we're going to go from F to B flat, back to F again. So it's going to sound like this. Okay, and that's before we get to the main chorus. So we've got our F here. So it's F to B flat, back to F. A couple of times. Now it's possible that this is played with this finger completely anchored here, and make sure that the E, the 1st fret on the E and the A are pressed down, and you're just moving your pinky down to this note here. So it might be just this, which is probably more likely. It's kind of like the down payment blues thing. Okay. Now we get into the main chorus. So we come down here to G now, and we're going to do this with our G power chord. come back up here to B flat, and then come down here to C again. Now, when you go to this B flat, you've got to emphasize this note here first before you emphasize the chord. And it's kind of weird to play without the song to get it right, but it's... You want to make sure you're doing that and then hit the chord, the B flat, and then transition down to C. So... Okay? All right, so let's take a look at what Malcolm's doing during the solo, which I think is a lot of the same thing, but I think it might be played just a little bit differently. Okay, so as we head into the guitar solo, we're in our chorus, and I apologize, I'm trying to keep my fingers out of the way so you can see these chords a little bit better, but we've got our G power chord. This is what we already learned in our chorus. Okay, then we're going to come up here to F, and you're going to play a full kind of F bar chord. Really, you can kind of hear these the D and the G strings ring out a little bit when he first hits it. So, and then you're just going to transition this finger up. And then we're going to come down here as soon as Angus starts his guitar solo, and we're going to play G, B flat, and C again. But we're not going to emphasize this note when we go to the B flat. It's just going to be more straightforward. So it's... kind of like that. We're not emphasizing that B note. You're just going to play the chord. So, and those chords ring out a little bit more than they do during the regular chorus. All right, so let's take a quick look at the end, and that should wrap it up. Okay, so the end. So there's just one little difference in the end. So we've got our chorus here. And then right at the end, we're going to play this F chord like this. You know, we could be playing it like this, but it's not played as aggressively. You're kind of letting those notes ring out. And then we end it on G. Down to the end there. So anyway, that's it for House is on Fire. Once again, thank you, Sean, for showing me some things. I really appreciate it. So anyway, till next time.